Well, welcome back to Suwannee.
Yes.
Happy to have you guys. I'm very excited about your set
Thank you.
tonight. But,
Good to be back.
so your music stems from y'all's two, starting with the Young Olympian Brass Band. When did you guys start to incorporate all the other sounds like the hip hop, the pop, the soul? When did that start?
Kind of early on. I mean, we obviously started more traditional with Young Olympia, Dejan's Young Olympia Brass Band, playing more of the authentic, wholesome, traditional songs that New Orleans is made famous for. But being the generation that we were brought up in and having an ear for funk, hip-hop, with the emergence of hip-hop, also like Afro-Cuban rhythms, we wanted to incorporate it. So that's how the Soul Rebels kind of emerged, wanting to do that style. Cyril Neville named us the Soul Rebels from the Neville Brothers. And we got our own identity from there. Wearing the fatigues, a lot of powerful black messages in our music, world peace, stop the violence, and it grew from there.
Okay. So with your individual backgrounds, how do you guys bring that sound, that unique sound to the band? So your background, for instance.
Well, go ahead.
Start with yours and then mine.
Okay. Grew up in New Orleans. Went to school, elementary, high school, everything there except college. Played music coming up. And college was a big influence on Soul Rebels because at the time everyone was basically either college grads or presently in college or had college experience. And I think that's where a lot of the polished type routines and the exploring of the music came from, because we always wanted to be a mainstream type of act that hit the stage and was ready for the world. So I think college had a lot to do with it.
The pop influence, I was brought into playing as
The pop
songs.
influence, just the approach to that style of music, taking it basically from the street to the stage. Not just wanting to be strictly a street band. Because in New Orleans, the parade thing is
It's a big thing.
It's a real big thing, and it's awesome. It's authentic. New Orleans has a right to cradle it, say it's ours. So no disrespect to it at all. That's where we started, but we always wanted to be, more of a mainstream act, and we were all in marching bands in college. And that's what you do. You really prepare for things. It's interesting. I just want to say, did you see any of the footage of Coachella with Beyonce?
No, I didn't.
You have to look at it. She
Okay.
did a show paying homage to HBCUs, and that's exactly what we experienced.
We were leaders in those university bands that competed against each other.
And that choreography, that exactness with the music and everything, that exemplifies what Soul Rebels wanted to be. So we had to go in another direction. I mean, it's good we had the traditional training because it helps so much. It gives you a foundation. It exposes you to so much different music, the gospel, the rich African music that came from Congo Square where jazz emerged and came out of. So we needed that foundation, and we're indebted to those guys who taught us. But we wanted to do our own thing, and we eventually got to where we can do it. And people love it now. I mean, when we started, Lord, you don't know the stressors we went through. We were branded as being rebels in a negative sense. We always looked at it as a positive thing, so rebels. But they looked at us as we were rebelling against the tradition. Why y'all doing it this way? Why y'all dressing that way? But we stuck to it for some reason. I guess you have to be yourself, no
It's
matter
new,
what.
and y'all made it unique to yourselves.
Yeah, and see, I was with this band. I don't know. I can go out on a limb and say we probably were the most educated brass band on the street. I say that to say that our experience through high school marching band that led us into these university bands in the South that were very popular and well liked by the whole community in the whole South, because we're all from the SWAC, Southwestern Athletic Conference. Because I was drum major at Southern University while Lamar was on bass drum at Texas Southern, and we were big rivals. Yeah. We would have bit each other's head off before the game and then go out and party after the game.
High school too.
High school rivalries, all and So that competitive nature of New Orleans is what's inside of us that drives us to continue to push the envelope, and not be stuck in a shell or a box. So we've been broke that wall now. There's no boundaries.
Yeah, sounds is so eclectic. It definitely is. But yeah, you guys have collaborations with Marilyn Manson, String Cheese Incident, Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, those collaborations are just as diverse as your sounds. But so, are there any collaborations or sit-ins planned for this weekend?
What here to?
No, not for this show. We are giving strictly Rebel Power.
Yeah. See, we've been so busy. I mean,
you guys were just in Sanford. I was there.
Yeah. Oh, you were?
I was out there for Jamiroquai.
Go ahead.
Wow. So,
all right.
Yeah, you guys have
And
been
you didn't
all
go
over.
to Coachella. You was close.
I was close, but I was in San Fran, so no, I didn't go out there.
And we did 2 nights at the Independent weekend.
You did. I flew in that Friday.
Okay.
I had some friends that went there and were sending me some videos, and
I wish you could have came.
I wish so too. They were sending me videos.
But we've been so busy. This is really a refreshing thing not to have to do collaboration, because that takes a hell of a lot of work. People don't know. You have to practice. You have to learn that all this is music. They have to obviously be acquainted with your music if they're doing your song. But a lot of times when we collaborate with the people you talked about, we got to learn
their song and play them to the T.
To the T, yeah. Because we already looked at, quote unquote, as a brass band. So they kind of
which we are instrumentation-wise. We are a brass band, but we play any and everything. Yeah. So when these people show up and they're like, well, where's the keyboards? I don't see no bass.
They always say, where the bass? Because you got the amp.
Where the bass? That's the bass.
I mean, whatever it is, that thing he has, the cabinet. They always like, well, where the bass player? We like, we got a sousaphone. They're like, oh, well, why we got this? We like, you'll see, But that's a lot of work, man, those collaborations. And it's well deserved to all of the members who put in the time and effort in this band to learn the music and basically play it back for the audience in a way that they can be like, wow, they really pull that off.
It sounds just like my song without the bass, without the keyboards and the guitar. We cover that with horns. And see, I have to say that what allows us to do this well is our experience through high school and university marching band.
Definitely.
How we what a marching band has to do with music you hear on the radio. So Michael Jackson and Prince, Rick James, we play those songs, but we don't have any electric instruments. So what we learned, we mastered how to transpose music from electric to horn.
Yeah.
And so we wouldn't be able to pull this off as well as we do if it wasn't for our college experience. And we got guys in this band with music degrees.
Yeah.
Newest member in the band right here.
That's right.
The bass man. We hired him and
Bert.
And the day after he got in this band, he graduated from UNO with a music degree. Yeah. So we have cats who really know music, can read and write. All of us can like read and write music. So the difference is like
a little.
Yeah. We all, we got different levels of stuff, but somebody can give us some charts and we'll play the song for you.
All right. So you have a new member and you guys have been touring all over. Have you guys been making any new material on the road, especially with a new member?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of new material that's going to another planet, another universe. That too is a lot of work. Getting the creative ideas all together when they can come into one unity. So we've been doing a lot, man. We've been, like I said, touring, doing collaborations, working on music. image, getting the image of the
Yeah,
band
yeah.
straight,
That matters.
everything. I mean, you know, it's a different ball game now.
Yeah.
We were ahead of the curve because we, like I told you, when we started, we were fatigued up, and that was a big state. It was like, wow, that's some aggressive attire.
The militant rebels.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we were militants for peace.
Yes. For people
And
who
for
didn't
to
have a
stop the
voice.
violence and the foolishness on the streets of starting where we're from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, it was like murder decade.
Yeah.
You know?
Crack had died out of hand.
Yeah, and we were having like 5 murders a day. Before Hurricane Katrina, before Katrina, we were averaging 5 murders a day. Like, so I heard somewhere that Christine, not Christine, why I keep saying
Which
Katrina.
one?
Katrina.
Oh,
Get
good.
that name out my head.
Yeah.
I
Angry about
heard
it.
somewhere that Katrina actually meant cleanse, or cleansing.
Cleansing. Yeah, that's what I
And
heard.
it brought everyone back
I'm like,
together.
oh my God, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened. New Orleans got cleansed.
You should depend on each other and come back
Yeah.
together, be a community.
So, you know, they say everything happens for a reason. I live by that, you know, no matter how bad something is, I always try to look for the bright side. And it's where we are now. We have a new New Orleans.
You do.
Yes. More diverse, too.
Speaking of New Orleans, so how does Suwannee compare to some of those venues like Madison Square Gardens or back home in New Orleans, like Jazz Fest? How's this place compared to those?
Oh, wow. Visually, obviously, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's New York.
We just did that.
It's
I'll
such.
take that one.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's all the same.
It's all but this place, outdoors, Suwannee, how is that different?
Now he's talking about on stage. When we
Yeah,
come to
on
play,
stage.
it's the
Yeah.
same to
It's the
us.
same
When we come to
because
play,
we're
we
coming out,
come
we're
to
coming
play.
to entertain.
But as soon as we pulled up, we looking around like, wait a minute, hold up, wait
As
a
far as,
minute,
like,
it's hold down out here.
Looking wise.
Okay, we in the middle.
Jazz Fest is not
Yeah.
this remote. It's
Yeah,
Jazz
that's
Fest
it.
obviously takes place on the actual, where the horses race, the
Churchill
fairground.
The fairground.
Yeah.
The fairgrounds
You know, so it's
Where they
all
race
dirt,
horses. And the track.
stables, you know, and
Horse
the track,
smelling.
but hay and all that, but it's still in the city.
But it's in the city. It's
So,
not like this.
So no matter where you go, you're not making a set list based on where you're playing. You're just going and showing up.
Well,
we do.
As a
We-
solo performer.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
everywhere
when
now.
It does matter what we do. We start with where we are, who we're playing for,
Yeah.
and what age group may be out there.
Right.
All of those things matter when we put a set list together.
All right. So do you guys thrive more making music on the road or when you're back home in New Orleans? Every Thursday you guys have a gig that you play?
Le Bon Ton Relay.
Yeah. Do you guys do better making new music and getting creative on the road more, or when you guys are back home and comfortable?
varies.
It
varies.
depends. It's,
Depends on when
it's
you
on
get the
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on everyone. Whenever their creative juices start flowing, whether that be in New Orleans or on the road, we just take to it and we vibe off of what that person's energy is giving us. And once we vibe off of that and we get a flow of where they're at, we join in and then we mesh together and we bring everybody together so that it can sound so that it can sound like a piece. And if it's not originally a piece, we'll sit down and we'll work it out. We'll come up with structures for the song right then on the spot. Like, look, we need this go right here, this go right there, this go right here, that go right there, and then we'll just put it all together, and then it'll be a whole new song on the spot, and then people wouldn't even realize it.
A lot of times it happens from, I want to say like somewhat of a mistake, but it's like I actually have said to somebody, I don't make mistakes that don't mean I don't mess up. Do something that I didn't mean to do. So what I do is I've figured out how to turn something that wasn't supposed to happen into something new. So over the years of playing, I realized that it's going to happen. So I got to a point now that when it does happen, I don't freak out. I relax, take a deep breath, and let my brain jump ahead of the music and see if I can loop that. I loop that. Whatever I do wrong, I loop it and do it again and make it seem like it goes there. And then at that point, my brain is like, okay, let me stay right there and go somewhere I've never been before. And that's how new things happen.
So, is there anybody in the band that's influenced by a certain new artist that's kind of taking your music in a different direction? Like, especially with the rise and popularity of electronic music or different upcoming acts, is there somebody who's in the band that's into somebody right now that you can tell that's influenced your sound? And
Not as far as one particular artist goes,
Right,
because everybody doesn't specifically just delve into one specific artist's library and just listen to that and then determine how they want to write a song. Everybody's really coming from everywhere because everybody has their span of like it's not one specific span like time frame of music that everybody likes. Everybody in the band likes music from before our time to the future time that's coming that we don't even know that's out there. So it's like you can't really just pinpoint one person in the band to one specific artist because that's just not how everybody is. Everybody likes the challenges of the different genres of music that we play because it keeps everybody's brain on actually working instead of having them being on autopilot.
And we have such a big age difference from the oldest to the youngest, but it's only in number, not in spirit and soul.
Right.
So it's just a number. But what everybody in this band is really a true artist at their particular part that they play within the whole. So, and we all like different kinds of music. Every one of us listen to different stuff. We have a lot of things we like together, but everybody has something that they listen to that nobody else really listen to unless it's just playing.
like what? Give me an example.
I mean, it's
You say, what's your favorite?
what, the Doors?
Doors.
Yeah.
That's his
I
favorite.
love the
groups.
Doors, Rage Against the Machine, you know, but it's all in there, even if they don't realize it. They got
It's all in.
It's in everybody.
And I'm the oldest guy in the band, and I'm old school, but I like soul, pop, funk. Funk is my thing. I like good funk, and
It's a
from
big Prince fan.
oh yeah, I love Prince.
Ooh,
Prince is my
yeah.
freak master. Yes, sir.
Yes, that's funny. All right. Let's see. We'll wrap it up here, but
Whistle for Prince.
what's that?
No, whistle for Prince.
You whistle for Prince, yes. All right,
You
well,
sexy motherfucker.
that's
Yeah,
that's my
an
jam.
awesome song.
Got some good inside jokes about that one. But yeah, we're all excited to hear you guys here today. But if I could make one request for tonight, I want to hear Night People.
Oh, we'll tell them. We'll see.
We haven't played that in like a year.
See, you want to hear Night People?
Oh,
Looking at each
request.
other.
Yeah.
And that's our go-go song.
Yeah,
It's
turned
the
it into
closest
a
thing.
go-go.
Yeah, we took that and that's our closest thing to go-go we got.
Y'all's version's one of my favorites, though.
Oh,
and the sun's gonna be going down. It's gonna be dark, and everyone's gonna be looking at each other.
Hopefully we
it's a
play.
family here. I would love to hear that. But
Okay.
But yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys.
Our
So very
pleasure.
nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you guys.
Okay.
And you too. Welcome.
See you out there.
Yes.